Carl, welcome to this week's edition of In the Dugout. We'll start off by looking back at the game against Oldham last weekend. A disappointing result. What was your take on the game?
Yeah, exactly that. Disappointed. First half was poor, small field, and just steamrolled us. I thought we got into them a little bit in the second half after they scored that first try. I wouldn't say we would have won the game, but anyone who went to the game at 20 points to 6, when we kick to the corner, we get that 2012. I think they rattled a little bit. Like I say, I don't say we're going to win, but their winger gets it and goes the full length, and game over. Tough game. We've got to play them here, so it's probably one. Now they've got one, and we need to try and get that one back off them when we play here. That's how tight it is.
The way their ground's set up as well, they're obviously used to playing on that sort of surface every week, so it'll probably take a lot of teams a bit of getting used to. And by the time we seem to have found our stride in that game, we're already a good distance behind. Yeah,
I wouldn't sit here and try and blame the facilities. The pitch is a pitch, small field, and does that help us? Does it hinder us? Who knows? We can't be looking for excuses. They were the better team on the day, and we need to be better than that. And it's down to the coaching staff and the players to get it right. And the players have to have a look at themselves and work harder in training. And there's no substitute for that. We weren't good enough, and let's be real.
Lewis Bainek made his debut in that game. He didn't have too much to feed off, but what he did, he looked quite threatening at times.
He did, and he hadn't played for a few weeks, so I'm sure he'll get better as time goes by. He's happy to be here, and he's trying to help us. He's not a player we've brought on dual reg. There's a lot of rubbish talk about the dual reg at the moment, but he's not a player we brought on dual reg. We chased after him, and it just happened that we were able to get him through the net through Hull, but we got him on loan from London. He's on loan for a month to try and help us through this hard month.
And it was obviously the Oldham's probably much the toughest test he could have got at this moment in time. Given they've won 6 in a row now, they've got a very big pack as well, so that'll only help him going into the game.
We've got a big month. There's Oldham, there's Keighley, who are firing. There's Workington, there's Bradford. So he's come in for a tough month we've got ahead of us, but that's why we brought him in.
And how narrow the league is now as well. I think 2 points separates 3rd and 8th. So, like you said, we need to start picking up points this month and make sure that we don't get caught adrift.
Yeah, I don't think we need to be looking at league tables, and we don't need to be looking too much into opposition anymore. I think we need to worry about what we're doing and get our side of the game right, and the players need to just worry about us. Maybe we're all sitting here and looking too far in the table and who we're playing and whatever is happening. So forget all that. Look at ourselves. See what we do. Get back to what we were doing good early. When we had all the dual reg players in, nobody said nothing then. So get back to when we played in those games early doors. It was all good. But we seem to like to look for excuses all the time. Someone to blame. Look for excuses instead of look at ourselves. The players need to look at themselves, work hard in training, and they'll get back to where they were. You don't become a bad team overnight, but it's just a culture thing. Certainly in this club, where we try and look and point fingers and blame people.
Some news earlier on in the week as well. Zach Braham granted an early release from his contract with the club.
Yeah, baffling. Let's get something straight here. Zach is a wonderful kid, great kid. I've got a lot of time for him. Now Zach asked for release. I don't know why. Again, the dual reg is to blame. We've never ever brought a prop in to replace Zach Braham or to leave Zach Braham out. So where that came from, I don't know. We were always looking to bring another middle in, and then I think all the spectators and the supporters and everything know we were looking to bring another middle in who could punch a hole and give us some yardage, regardless of Zach staying or going or what. Zach's played 11 games. We had Ross Osborne as part of the dual reg, who's with us all year. He's been injured. Zach's had a run of games. We played 13 games or something, and Zach's played 11. So him wanting a release was a shock to myself, a shock to Richard. He was certainly in our plans going forward. But if he doesn't, I don't know why he wanted to leave. Now, I have to respect that, and if he wants a release, we give him a release. It could be personal, could be down to maybe he doesn't think he's going to get paid. Who knows? He could have had his head turned. He could be going somewhere else. Who knows? So we didn't want to lose Zach. Now, you know, we'll revert back to the dual reg again, and we've played virtually the same dual reg players for the whole season. We laid the stall out at the start of the year. The players all know the script. Now Zach's left, we've got 19 registered players for Doncaster Rugby League Club on our books. Why? Because we've got 8 to 10 dual reg who are effectively our players. So we got a commit. The reason we sign like that, we got a commitment. We're no feeder club for Hull FC. We got a commitment from Hull as part of the negotiations that there would be a minimum of 5 players available if we wanted them every week. Now Richard's probably got 8 to 10 to pick, and he'll pick the players who he needs to pick. The dual reg is the blame of everything at the moment. Gary Thornton was at this club. He never used the dual reg, didn't like it. Look what happened. You're all saying, what happened to him? He gone? He's going to Hunslet, doing a great job. People have got very, very short memories. If they go back and look at their posts last year, I'm not coming to watch Doncaster Rugby League until Gary Thornton leaves. Now this year the theme is I'm not going to watch Donny Rugby League until the dual reg is finished. So if we succumb to every single thing that, you know, is being fed back to me, I'm not going. What's the point? What are we doing? Start of the year we won some games big. Nobody mentioned dual reg. If we get to where we need to be in a semi-final, we win that game, we got 5 from Holland, there'd be no talk about dual reg. So, give us. Don't look for a reason. If things are going good and we leave a player out, everyone starts talking as why ain't he and why ain't he out. When things are going good, we never get well done. They go quiet. I'm just trying to give some really key factual information. Liam Harris. Liam Harris went to Hull. We got him back. None of this big boost to say, yes, we're going to go to Oldham and we're going to do him now. We've got this new prop. We've got Liam Harris. Which the players look at these posts. What that does is makes the players grow 10 feet tall and they start believing we're going to go to Oldham, we're going to do the job. Not here. We just good news. They stay silent. Any other club would have been saying yes. So, just give the boys a bit of slack, give them a bit of breathing space, give them a bit of confidence. They need some confidence. What they don't need. Put yourself in their shoes. Imagine coming over, being on dual reg from Hull, and then next minute you're driving over and you're seeing all this. They're gonna get to a stage say, I don't really want to play at Donny. They don't want me. So just be careful. I said it last week, and we need to make sure we give the boys confidence to win games.
Keighley coming up this weekend, then a team who are always in or around the mix in Betfred League One. I think I said to Sam Doherty last week, if you finish above Keighley, you tend to be quite high in the table, don't you? Because they're always in or around the top 4.
Keighley, I said it against Oldham last week. Rate them, they're a good side. Again, some ex-players from Donny in their ranks. These players seem to come back and bite us. But when we like I say, we need to just worry about ourselves. I'm sure Richard will go and say the same thing at training. The boys are all doing it tough too. If you went in the change room and you hear them talk, they know what's wrong. We just need to tweak it to fix it. It's confidence. I think if we can get one or two wins on the board, then we should start going the right way again. We're having a bit of a wobble. and that happens in any sport. I firmly believe that, you know, if it didn't, I think people would be bored of watching sport, rugby league, football, anything. So if we could predict every week we were going to go out and win by 10 or 15 points, what's the point of coming? I get the frustrations. I'm as frustrated as anyone, and I try to hold my mouth as well at times with the players. So we've got a rugby league club. You know, we've seen some news in the rugby league family this week that you know, a club in our league is really struggling financially and have put an appeal out. Well, guess what? Our club, those days are long gone for our club, and you know, we've been 12 years now. I suppose it's like being a blooming alcoholic or a drug. We've been 12 years clean now, where we've never had any, you know, any money troubles or so. My remit at this club is to make sure we've got a club. I said that from day one. I don't go out there and miss tackles or give penalties away or take somebody's head off or drop the ball. My remit is to make sure we've got the finances to pay the players, to the staff, to give the fans something to watch on the weekend, and to bring sponsors and whatnot into the club. And we're doing all right on that side. You know, really feel for Whitehaven. We've been there many times, but like I say, for 12 years now, our club's been in a very, very good position off the field, and we're all busting everything we've got to try and get it right on the field.
And obviously this weekend's the last home game for a while, a couple of away games coming up in June and July, so a chance for the lads to sort of sign off at home for a while with a good win on Sunday.
Yeah, and really, genuinely, I feel it may be a good time for us to have a good home game here and hopefully get the job done and take a little bit of pressure off us by playing away from here. I really, hard thing to say, but I really think everything's about timing, and it may be that it's a good thing for us while we try and get ourselves back in the winning circle, playing away at the moment.
And the sponsors for this weekend's game?
Yeah, real good. Everlast Group, Jason Cross, he's been here, you know, certainly years and years ago they were on the shirts, and you know, we really appreciate them sponsoring the match. And you know, I don't know if Kieran might be back. It's the family of Kieran, so hopefully Kieran's back, and if his dad's sponsoring the game, then he's going to have to try and get man of the match, isn't he? So if that's the case and he gets that, it means he's had a good game, and hopefully we're on the right end of the scoreboard. But it's a big one for us, and the boys all know that.